Speed read. And today, Senator Ted Cruz releasing a report calling the implementation of Obamacare lawless and abusive. Is President Obama violating the Constitution, and what are the limits? Georgetown law professor Nicholas Rosencrantz joins us. Good evening, sir.
Hi, Greta. Nice to be with you.
Nice to have you back. Abusive and lawless is what Senator Ted Cruz says. Do you agree or disagree with Senator Cruz, and why?
Well, Senator Cruz's point is that the way the president's implementing Obamacare looks a lot more like rewriting the law rather than executing it. The Constitution requires the president to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. And in many ways, what President Obama is doing looks a lot more like the rewriting of the statute.
When do you know that's happening? What's the test?
I'm sorry?
When do you know that that's happening, is rewriting it? What's the test?
Well, so the Take Care Clause gives the president wide discretion, but I think it's safe to say that the president has crossed the line in a few cases with regard to Obamacare. For example, the president chose to unilaterally suspend the employer mandate for an entire year. The statute is crystal clear about the date when the employer mandate's supposed to begin. And the president, on his own motion, said, I'm going to wait an extra year. Now, he has wide discretion, but he does not have discretion to entirely suspend a law wholesale, and that's essentially what he's done here.
Except that he didn't throw it out completely. He just put it on pause for a year. Does that, is that an argument in favor of the president?
Well, you know, that's exactly what English kings used to do, is suspend laws temporarily. They used to claim the power of suspension. And our framers made a different choice. They said that our executive was going to be obliged to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. This was quite a different choice. And here the president is opting to suspend a part of the law for an entire year for really policy reasons or, you know, more cynically, political reasons.
Is there any, I mean, what should the president have done? Let's say that that was for policy reasons, or for, you know, they simply couldn't implement one part of it, that part of the law. What should the president have done in your view? Should he have gone back to Congress for permission?
Well, absolutely. If it's really impossible for the president to execute the law as written, he should seek an amendment from Congress. Now, interestingly, the House of Representatives actually passed a bill that would have done exactly what the president wanted. That is to say, it would have suspended this provision of Obamacare for exactly the 1 year that the president wanted. And far from welcoming that, the president actually threatened to veto that statute. So oddly, the president insists on doing this unilaterally rather than involving Congress in this necessary fix.
I take it that the no harm, no foul is on that particular thing, since Congress already passed that wanted him to do that. The fact that he does it a different method doesn't protect it constitutionally.
No, the formalities matter. The president's obligation is to take care that the laws as written by Congress are faithfully executed. Makes all the difference in the world whether Congress changes its statute and whether the president decides on his own motion that he's going to make the change.
And the remedy is what? To sort of check let's say the president is dead wrong in doing these things, that he's exceeding his power. What's the remedy?
Well, it's hard to say. You know, there have been various court cases, and there are other court cases that are possible. There are certain challenges associated with those cases. There might be issues of standing and so forth. Congress has a lot of tools at its disposal to retaliate if a president seems to be behaving lawlessly. They can withhold funding from his favored programs or hold up his nominations, things like this. But so Congress has some remedies at its disposal. But you know, when a president really seems to be acting lawlessly, at the end of the day, the real remedy is elections, and the people really should pay attention to whether their elected officials are scrupulously adhering to the U.S. Constitution. It's their most important job.
Is there a comparison to what some other president did in recent history that we could sort of compare this to?
Well, no, I think this is quite different, actually. So, you know, President Bush did occasionally claim the power not to execute certain laws because he believed that those laws were unconstitutional. But that's quite a different matter. Here, President Obama is declining to execute statutes without any claim that they're unconstitutional. President Obama does not believe Obamacare is unconstitutional. He believes it's fantastic. He just thinks as a matter of policy and as a matter of politics, it serves his purposes to defer parts of it for a year and to interpret parts of it in ways that the text won't allow. So it might superficially look a bit like what President Bush did, but it's actually quite different because there is no constitutional rationale for it.
Professor, thank you as always.
Happy to be with you.